of Naganita.
In our lives, human rights gives us dignity. It's not money. The value to a person's life is her life. And it starts from the fundamental human rights, the right to life, the right to livelihood. And I think I've seen in my experience that many of us believe that we can eke out a living and survive, and that's fine. No, that's not true. In a society like Malaysia, which is rich, where the population is low, we can definitely share the wealth of the nation. Right, I think first of all for me, what I did was something very simple, documenting the abuse, torture, and dehumanized treatment leading to even deaths in immigration detention centers, and sending a memorandum to the government, exposing it through a media conference, which for me is the softest way of expressing a growing concern where people's lives are being threatened. Now, I never expected the state to go into a denial and at the end of the day, charge me under the Printing Presses and Publication Act for publishing false news, and worse still, to have a judicial system where they didn't even address the fundamental issues because I had key witnesses who spoke of the truth. Detainees were there. And yet, I was sentenced to 1 year's imprisonment, but I was out on bail during this period. And the case actually went on for 13 years. But this was a tremendous experience for me. Tremendous. Why? Because you get this global solidarity response that you are not alone in defending the rights of some other people who are particularly voiceless, like the migrant workers. And I think that was for me the most beautiful experience I've had. When you receive thousands of cards and messages from children in as remote and Indian settlements or in British Columbia in Canada, to remote villages from various parts of the world, from Bangladesh, expressing their support, praying for you, telling you that, okay, this Christmas you will be in our thoughts. And I think that is really very motivating because I was not alone. And part of this has been because of human rights organizations responding effectively to this call. Now, one human rights organization is definitely Amnesty International, and I was chosen as a prisoner of conscience for what I had done. Now, Amnesty International, I think, is fundamental and is very, very important in a country like Malaysia, where human rights has to be still seen as an essential component of our lives. There is so much potential for people to understand that without rights there is no dignity. Without rights, the quality of life will disappear. Without rights, you will have a repressive regime, that controls one. And I think as human beings, we all yearn for freedom. We cannot run away from it. We are born with inherent rights. I'm really so happy that the Amnesty is growing each day, turning 50, and I want to thank Amnesty for all the support that it has given to me as a human rights defender and to millions of others all throughout the world, that you are a significant player, and I hope that you will continue to be a significant player, enhancing and strengthening that perspective of human rights to reach everyone today.